Hi students, welcome to the very class and very good afternoon to all of you right there. I am Preksha Sharma, your English educator at Unacademy, and I give you all a very warm welcome. In this session guys, we are going to discuss the strategy in order to score 40 on 40 in English. You know, it is not going to be a rocket science thing for all of you this time because the paper is going to be an objective one, right? A lot of MCQs are going to be there for all of you in your paper, and I know all my dear and darling students, they are literally going to score amazingly fantastic, right? So guys, this very session is for all of you, wherein you need to know like how exactly you need to move with your syllabus and how exactly you need to score good marks in your examination, basically 40 on 40. That is what I am telling you all today. Okay, so stay tuned for the entire session and make sure you are sharing the link of this session with all your friends because you need to help all of them, right? As I always say, what? English is one of the subjects that can really help you all accelerate your score, and it can also bring down your score. So choice is yours. What do you really want? Do you need to consider this subject like in a very casual manner, or you need to take it seriously? Because it's about the language, and the language can play with your mind so perfectly because there are a lot of words and vocabulary and a lot of other stuff that can confuse you all, but we don't need any confusion, right? You really need to be so exact, so brief, and so amazing when it really asks you all a question. Okay, so moving ahead everyone, I know you guys know my name, Preksha Sharma, and let me give a very brief. Okay, let me keep it very short and brief for everyone. I've done masters in English from Delhi University. I've done a lot of other things as well in my life in the context of my education field. I have learned German as well, and I really like writing. I really like speaking, and I really like making all my students so perfect in their communication skills. Okay, so I've been guiding a lot of you to be super duper amazing in your communication skills, and I'm sure I'm gonna help you all this time as well, and you guys are gonna excel in your academics as well. Okay, so moving ahead, everybody, we have got the Telegram channel. I'm sure that everyone is really aware of it, and this Telegram channel is really helping everybody right there to literally be updated regarding all the upcoming sessions. Okay, I want all of you to be literally updated, guys. Do not miss out the opportunity, or do not be deprived of anything that can help you all reach your goals the right way. And guys, you know, like I told this to all of you, that your marks for your objective paper would be counted later in your subjective paper. That is when the next set of exam, that is term 2, is going to take place. Okay, so for that you need to give your best shot in your objective paper, that is your term 1. So just join it and just impart the information to your friends as well. Moving ahead, guys, you know that we have got the Unacademy subscription features. We have got a lot of features for everybody right there, and we have been helping a lot of students to score good marks in their academics as well. Okay, so what exactly happens that you get to learn live from the comfort of your home. Okay, unlimited access to all the courses would be given to all our students. Then top educators of India would be there on one single platform to guide you all super duper well. All right. So guys, you know that you're relaxing at your home, you're at your comfortable position, and you are just enjoying at being home, and we are providing you the best so that you all can achieve your goals correctly. Okay, and when I say that unlimited access to all the courses, so I'm not keeping it restrained to your English. Instead, I'm talking about the other subjects as well, such as your maths, your science, your social science, your Hindi. So everything is being included. So make sure that you know where exactly you're getting the best under just one roof. Alrighty. Then, top educators of India on one single platform. Highly qualified teachers are here who are going to help you all score good marks. Then, regular doubt clearing and answer writing sessions would also be there, which is literally important. You should definitely be coming up with a lot of doubts, and you should be asking a lot of doubts so that you guys really don't miss out anything that can help you all score good marks. Okay, exhaustive coverage of the entire syllabus would also be there. And guys, I have always said this, like here in this session, I'm gonna share with all of you the scoring strategy. Okay, so exhaustive coverage basically means that this time in English especially, you must have read each and every line carefully. Okay, because any question, I am not saying what kind of question would be coming. I am saying any question from any line, any phrase, any word can come up right in front of you. Okay, and you can give the right answer, my dear, only and only if you have read the chapter. Okay, so exhaustive coverage basically means that you are taking care of even just to like period, a colon, a semicolon, a dash, a big dash, a small dash, everything like the space between the words, the figures of speeches, everything must be dealt with. And in English, I make sure that I'm gonna tell you all everything because in all my sessions, I make sure that I am telling you every bit about the chapter. Initially, when we had line to line explanations, I told you everything, guys, and that's what the exhaustive coverage is all about. Okay, now mentorship and guidance would definitely be there. We are definitely going to mentor you, we are definitely gonna guide you. Then study material would be given in the form of PDF for sure. Practice tests would definitely be there, live test series would definitely be there, and the batch courses would also be there. So you would have daily practice sections, weekly mock test series, live quizzes, daily MCQ, and subjective test series. So what are we doing, guys? We are providing you all a lot. So think wisely about it. Make sure that you're discussing about this with your parents for your good. Because here, what really matters is you, right? So you should think about your own self. Now, moving ahead, guys, we have got the iconic subscription. This is pretty unique in itself. What is the reason behind it? Because herein you guys are gonna find what, like, this is unique and peculiar, because herein you guys are gonna find your educator. I mean, there would be one-on-one interaction would be there between you and the educator. Person mentor would be there for all of you. Okay, so this is the very amazing things. You can alert your personal mentor with any kind of doubts, whatever doubts you guys are gonna come up with, and live doubt solving session will be taking place. So if you'll be asking any question, you'll be getting the answer right there itself, and there would be no distraction. No other student would be like disturbing the educator. Instead, it's only you and the educator, and you can ask whatever comes to your mind related to the given subject. Okay, then weekly reports would be there. It is really an amazing thing, guys. Weekly reports, they are always very, very helpful for everybody right there. Why? Because they actually contain the very analysis. Like, I mean, like where exactly you're doing good, what are the loopholes, where you need to work more. So you need to know this on your own, that this is your weekly performance. And that gives you an idea, like how exactly now you need to move ahead with the correct planning. And obviously, we are going to help you with the planner as well, okay? And parent connecting would be there. Don't worry, we are not going to complain to your parents. We are not going to do that. Instead, we are going to make sure that we are making you so polished in the subject that you're just excelling. And your parents, they are getting proud of you. Then, study planner would be there. Everybody, planning is always needed. If you really need to reach a point, if you really need to succeed in your life, well, what do you need? You just need a proper planning, right? And then all the benefits of Unacademy subscription would also be a part of your iconic subscription. So what do you see here? You see that your weightage of the benefits is more, okay, than the weightage of the amount that you're going to be charged with. So this is literally amazing. Think about it, discuss about this with your parents, okay, for your good. Now moving ahead, everybody, we have got like different monthly plans for your subscription. Okay, that is for your plus subscription. We have got different monthly plans. You guys can go ahead with any plan that suits you the best, be it like 48 months, 36 months, 24 months, 18 months, 15 months, 12 months, 9 months, 6 months, or 3 months. Use the code PSH10, guys, because this will give you straightforward 10% discount and will make your life super duper easier as well. So it is pretty important that you guys must go ahead with this for your good. All right, don't mess this up. It's gonna help you all score good marks, very good indeed. Alrighty, so discuss about this with your parents, okay? And being your educator, being your well-wisher, I would like to tell you what, try to go for a longer tenure. That's always beneficial, okay? Moving ahead, guys, coming to your Unacademy free special class features. Okay, herein you will have live real-time interaction using chat and emojis. You all can ask the questions using the question tabs. Live poll options for quiz would be there, and poll leaderboard, compete with your friends as well. It is literally an amazing thing. Go ahead with this for your good. Okay, now moving ahead, everybody, strategy finally to score 40 on 40. So guys, I'm sure that everybody does want this 40 on 40 thing, right? Nobody really wants even like 1 mark less than 40, right? That should be your aim, everybody. I hope that you're aiming for that, right? Okay, so like, do you like, have you made any strategy? Have you strategized like how you need to go about your reading comprehension, your writing section, or your literature section? How are you going to do that? See, for understanding like how you need to strategize it, you need to be excelled in all the three sections. And for that, you need to do a little bit of analysis on your own. Okay, so let's move ahead. Let's see what's there for all of you. So, what is going to be the strategy? We need to think about this. We need to really ponder about this, and you need to check like where do you really stand, right? You need to do that. So, let's see what is it actually going to be. Here we go. Know where you stand. This is the first point I would like to tell you all, that you all need to see what the first thing that you need to do is ask yourself, where do I stand? Now this is the first question that should immediately come to your mind. All right, and why is that? Because that is going to give you a clear cut picture. No, the clarity in your mind would come, like if I'm bad in grammar, or if I'm a little bad in writing skills, or if I'm quite okay in reading comprehension, or if I'm like amazing in reading comprehension, or if I need to read certain chapters from your literature section. So the self questioning should be the thing. Okay, nobody else should come and question you like where do you exactly stand. So this is the first thing that should come to your mind immediately, that where do you stand. Okay, you will definitely get an answer. Okay, so now moving ahead, now like the first thing, where do you stand? Like what is the question that you're gonna ask? First is, have I completed the whole syllabus? I hope that you have, guys, because now you would have only like one day in order to deal with everything. Okay, so the answer for this should come yes. All right, then have I completed the whole syllabus and want to revise it? I think this should be the thing, okay? Because the revision thing should only be going. You guys need to nail in that. And the next question that you can ask to yourself is, have I already completed the whole syllabus and revised it too? Oh my god, this is going to be the star thing, right? If you have completed the whole syllabus and you have revised it too, then you're good to go for your examination. 40 on 40 is in your hands, everybody, right? That's the thing, okay? So guys, these are the questions that you need to ask you all, okay? Because if you stand at the very first position wherein you are asking, have you completed the whole syllabus? Then if the answer is yes, then that's really wonderful. If the answer is no, then that's really problematic, because you don't have time to complete the syllabus now. You must have done that earlier. So what I'm doing is I'm considering that you have done that. Then if this is the second question, that if I've completed the whole syllabus and want to revise it, that's pretty okay, because revision is not going to take a lot of time. Instead, you need to just like brush up all your rules in your grammar, in your writing skill, and you need to just follow the tips and tricks really regarding your reading comprehension. And guys, if you have not seen the session yesterday that I taken on how to crack your reading comprehension right at 5 p.m., then kindly do that, because that's really an important session telling in detail like how you need to go about your reading comprehension. Okay, so if you're dealing with the revision, that's pretty okay. And if you're at this, oh my god, you're my star student then. Okay, so guys, these are the questions, keep them in your mind, and then you have to just go ahead with your revision immediately. Okay, once you are back from your board paper. Alrighty. So you know the syllabus. I'm sure that you need to know the syllabus for this, and that should be so clearly there in your mind, because a lot of questions have been coming to me wherein the students are asking that, ma'am, whether your active passive is coming in writing or not, ma'am, whether this chapter is coming in footprints without feet or not, or first flight. So I really get so very much like mad and crazy that why are the students asking this question at this point. So what is the syllabus? Know your syllabus, guys. You should know that in your first flight, you have got total 10 chapters. Okay, keep that in your mind. There are total 10 chapters. Okay, don't be confused at the later stage. Wherein prose, like it is 6 in number, and your poems, they are 4 in number. Keep it in your mind. You should know that in detail. Okay, that is really needed. So guys, what is it? See, let's see that what is the syllabus. Okay, first flight, I've got a letter to go. Then the next chapter is your Nelson Mandela. Then we have got two stories about flying, wherein we have got his first flight and black aeroplane. Then you have got from the diary of Anne Frank and the 100 verses 1 and the 100 verses 2. Now guys, listen to me very carefully. The first thing I would like to tell you all is, please make sure that you have read all the chapters. This is the first assurity that you should have in your mind. And now, when I'm saying that you must have read the chapter, I do not mean to say that you have read it just for the sake of reading, that you were just having your earpods on, you were listening to music, and you were reading the chapter. No, I'm not talking about that casual reading. I'm talking about a keen and a focused reading. Did you do that? If it is yes, very good. If it is no, then it is not good. And if it is maybe, then my dear, you need to read the chapters. It's the actual name. The first thing, the first strategy that I would like to tell you all. First, I told you have to ask you the questions. Then whatever answers you get, you have to plan accordingly. And I told you like how do you need to plan. Then the second thing, make sure you have read the chapter. Guys, a letter to God really has got a lot of minute details. I had shared with all of you all the important questions. Okay, and now again I'm telling you all that what are the things that must be kept in your mind. You have to keep in mind that every word, every meaning, every spelling must be clear to you. Then coming to your next chapter, Nelson Mandela, you know that this has been taken from his autobiography, which is Long Walk to Freedom. And there are a lot of facts, guys, a lot of facts in this particular chapter, which just can't be missed. Okay, you cannot even think about that. Just don't do that. Read it again if you haven't read it. All right, then the two stories about flying, they are literally amazing. They are just sending out a moral, and you all will have to remember it. Please read it again, and make sure guys, whenever there is any chapter which has got two parts, you know, the broader title is two stories about flying, and there are two stories, his first flight in black aeroplane. Please make sure that you are definitely reading both the stories, and do not go for selective study, guys. Okay, there shouldn't be any selective study, no selective study at all. If you are going for selective study, no, you guys are gonna lose your mark. Okay, if you think that out of these two, like out of two stories about flying, that is black aeroplane and his first flight, you're just doing his first flight and not concentrating properly on your black aeroplane, then that means you're going to lose your mark. Okay, and there's no scope of doing that. Okay, so no selective study, keep that in your mind. Then we have from the Diary of Anne Frank. Guys, this is again one of the factual chapters. I've told this to all of you. You need to read the chapters which are completely factual, because a lot of details are being given. You have got dates, you have got years, you have got different names that you're not really familiar with, and you have to learn their spellings correctly. Okay, please make sure you're doing them. Then the 100 races one, alright, and the 100 races two. You know, 100 races two is the actual, like it is a continuation from your 100 races one. Okay, so please make sure you're reading both the chapters again. These six chapters, they are not very tough. I have had one shot sessions with all of you, and the videos are available on the channel Unacademy 9 and 10 experts. If you hadn't attended all those sessions, then I'm requesting you all to please go and do that. That is really needed. Okay, you must have the details in your hand. And guys, literature is going to be a piece of cake this time, a literal piece of cake, if you are literally going to do what I'm telling you all. Okay, it's not gonna be too difficult for you this time. Okay, so kindly follow my suggestions. All right, now moving ahead guys, I would like to also tell you one more thing, that please make sure that you guys are concentrating on the fact that there are certain spellings, okay, in your chapters which are really difficult. Okay, so please make sure you're writing them down. Just write them 5 times on any piece of paper and you're good to go. You need to learn the spellings, because the questions can come in your examination related to the spellings, and you guys, if committing mistake therein, you guys are literally losing marks. Okay, don't do that. So I hope that's clear to everybody. Please make sure all these six chapters, they are on your tips so perfectly, so nicely. Now moving ahead, we have got what, we have now got your very first flight. Okay, which is again, I mean, we have got the poems from this, and these are the four poems. One is Dust of Snow, Fire and Ice, A Tiger in the Zoo, and the Bull poem. Guys, for your poems, I have had like amazing sessions wherein I explain everything in detail. It is important that you understand the deeper meaning. Okay, do not just go with the outer face. Okay, just do not go with the very things that you have learned only on the surface. That's gonna be the wrong thing. Please make sure that you are understanding the poems clearly and you're not missing out anything. Okay, this is important. So regarding the poems, I would like to tell you one thing that you should remember, and this is literally important, that you should know the rhyme schemes. Okay, this is very important, very very important. You should know the rhyme schemes. Now you should know the name of poet. Alrighty, because extract based questions couldn't can be there. Then you should know the literary devices so nicely, it's pretty important. And then you should know the deeper meaning. Okay, that like what is it talking about, which poem is symbolic of what, and I had taken up these sessions wherein I had explained everything to all of you. So you just keep this in your mind that regarding the poems you should know every such thing. Okay, and you all can like the assertion and reasoning based questions, if they are gonna be there, all right, it could be the case that they are gonna be there. In that case, you can understand that well only and only if you know the deeper analysis. If you have attended all my session, then that's pretty good, because all the videos are being available on the channel Unacademy 9 and 10 experts. Make sure you are definitely going in for it. Alrighty, people, I hope that's making sense to everybody right there, and you're not literally missing out anything that can be literally super duper important for everybody. So now moving ahead, everybody, now we have got your footprints without feet. All right, and this is literally an easy thing this time for everyone, because what you have got, guys, you have got only and only three chapters. Okay, so this is not a confusion at all. So what are those three chapters? Everybody make sure that you learn the names of the chapters and the names of the poets or the authors the way they are being given in your book. Okay, it's important. I've been reiterating this. This is a strategy that I'm gonna tell you all. Okay, so what are the chapters, guys? Chapters are this: A Triumph of Surgery, The Thief Story, and Footprints Without Feet. Please remember the chapters, the name. It's A Triumph, okay? It is not The Triumph. That is wrong. It's not The Thief Story. It is The Thief Story. It is not Footprint Without Feet. It is Footprints Without Feet. A lot of you commit this mistake. Don't do that, okay? So you know your syllabus now. You know where do you stand, right? And you must have read the chapters clearly. You must have focused on the literary devices, the rhyming schemes, and the deeper meanings of the poems. Then you have crossed your two stages for your strategic study for your English examination. Okay, now guys, I would like to share with all of you the tips related to your literature. What are the things that must be kept in your mind and you shouldn't be letting go of it at all? The first thing that I'm again reiterating, and I keep on reiterating this because this is important. Read the chapters carefully. Okay, again, I'm saying if you think you have got the doubts in your chapters, like from the Diary of Anne Frank, if there are certain dates that are not clear to you, or if in your chapter Nelson Mandela, if there are certain things that are not clear to you, I'm again telling this to all of you, please reread it. Okay, it will hardly take like 15 to 20 minutes to read one single chapter. You know, out of all the chapters that you have got, you can just look at it that like out of like six chapters, my four chapters, they are perfectly being read by me, they are perfectly being understood by me, but there seems to be a little confusion, okay, in your two chapters. So kindly concentrate on those two chapters. Please do that. Maybe the questions in your examination are going to be right from there, okay? And for that, you should know like what exactly is the right answer. And you must have read the chapter. Guys, this time only reading the chapter can save you and can give you maths, okay? So don't leave any one line, okay, that you don't understand. If there's something that you didn't understand, if there's something that's not making sense to you, then you can get back to me, ask me the questions, okay? You can definitely do that, because every line, every phrase, every word must be clear to everybody right there, okay? Now, understand the deeper analysis of your poems. It is important. If you are just reading the poem and you're just going to your examination with the meaning and with the summary, that is wrong. If you are just reading summary this time, no, guys, that is completely wrong what you are doing, because summaries this time cannot help you to score marks. Okay, because I don't know what is going to be there, like which question would be there in your examination, but what I can say is whatever is going to be there, that is going to be NCERT based. Okay, so make sure that you are understanding what I am saying here. Everything is going to be from your given NCERT. So you have to just gulp down your NCERT. You have to be so thorough with it that you are too confident. Don't be overconfident, okay? That you're too confident that whatever you have learned, whatever you have read it like fully, completely, 100% correctly. Okay, that's what you all have to keep in your mind. Okay, so kindly keep that in your mind. It's pretty important for everyone right there. All right, so understand the deeper analysis of the poems, guys. For example, you have this poem like Dust of Snow. Okay, Dust of Snow is really very much symbolic of what? It is symbolic of your very, sorry, it is symbolic of the healing nature. Okay, the healing nature of snow, the basically the healing part of nature. Okay, that's what it is talking about. Then you have the poem, which is Fire and Ice. Fire is symbolic of like endless desires, and your ice is symbolic of hatred. So that's what you have to work on. A tiger in the zoo is bringing out a contrast between the life of a tiger in a zoo and the life of a tiger in a jungle. And what exactly the poet is advocating? The poet is talking about what? The poet is talking about the freedom of animals so that they can be their own masters. Okay, then you have the ball poem. Ball poem is literally an amazing one, wherein the author himself, John Berryman, is talking about the importance of what? Importance of the knowledge of laws. That one need to understand the knowledge of laws right at the very tender age. That's what you all have to remember, everybody. Every word should be clear to all of you. And the poem itself is very important. Whenever I ask the question that where is the boy staring down, a lot of students say into the ocean, into the sea. There's nothing like that. If there is another option which says in the harbor, where I mean, where does the ball go? So into the ocean or into the sea or in the harbor? So it is into the harbor. That is the right answer. Okay, so be very contextual, guys. Like, have the deeper analysis and be contextual. This is very important. Okay, like when the question comes like what is the child learning, a lot of you say like to bear loss. No, he's learning the knowledge of loss. Okay, so you have to be very clear because the word epistemology is given in your poem, the ball poem. So be contextual. That's what is needed in English, okay? And understand the deeper analysis so perfectly, so clearly. Now, learn the names of the authors or the poets correctly. It is pretty important, guys, okay? Like if you're writing the name of any author, so you should know a lot of students they give the wrong meaning and they give the wrong names. Okay, they do not know the correct names. For example, it's Liam O. Flaherty. Okay, a lot of you for your like I'm talking for the author of your poem, of your chapter, his first flight. A lot of students just write O and they miss this. Okay, that is wrong. The examiner can confuse you in your examination. What are you gonna do right there? Just do not go with the mindset that it is going to be an objective paper, so the answers they are going to be so obvious. We know Liam Flaherty. No, that is not the right thing. That is wrong, guys. You need to know the names correctly. The titles, the name of the titles, extract based questions could be there, which would definitely be there. So in that particular context, if it's asking a simple question, who is the poet or what is the title of the given poem or the chapter, and if you guys are actually selecting the wrong answer, therein there is no use. Like it can confuse you saying whether it is a triumph of surgery or the triumph of surgery. A lot of you say the triumph of surgery. That's wrong. Guys, the very index is given in your NCRE book. Just look at it, okay, and learn the correct spellings, because these marks are known as the free marks because the questions they are too direct. Like if it's asking you about the poet, if it is asking you about the author, so the questions they seem to be too direct. No, why are you giving the wrong answers for such questions? Okay, so keep this in your mind that you need to learn the names of the authors and the poets correctly because that is really needed. Now, vocabulary mustn't be missed, guys. Whatever words are there, whatever words seem to be difficult to you, or whatever words are given in your NCRA books, you need to know the meaning correctly. And when I say you need to know the meaning correctly, what I basically mean is that the contextual meaning. Okay, what I basically mean is like the context really matters. Like a word can have like unlimited meanings. Okay, a word can have more than one meanings for sure, but how are you going to set that particular meaning in the given context correctly? That really matters. Okay, that is something that you have to concentrate on. Kindly concentrate on that factor. Are you all getting that, whatever I'm telling you all here in? Because context matters. For example, like there is this crest word, okay, which is like a lot of students take it to be the high of the hill. No, that is top of the hill. There's a difference between high and top. You have to understand what exactly the question is talking about, right? So learn all the meanings clearly. Vocabulary definitely is going to be there in your reading comprehension. I told this in my session yesterday that the questions would definitely be based on vocabulary as well, and you need to have a strong vocabulary, guys. I had always been saying this. I don't want like any one of you to take it not seriously. Kindly do that. It is really needed. Okay. Now, do not miss before you read section of all the chapters. Everybody, this is pretty important, especially in the context of the chapter from the Diary of Anne Frank. and Nelson Mandela Long Walk to Freedom. Okay, it is pretty important because a lot of information has been given right in there. Okay, anything can be there in your examination. Since it's a part of your NCRT, you cannot say that this is not from my book, like this was not being given in the lesson. That had already been shared in the form of the background of the given story, so you have to remember that. Okay, so please read it, take it a bit more seriously, it's very important. Then strictly focus on the spellings. Kindly do that. Very important, everybody. Very, very important. Right? Like they can confuse you. There's that one spelling, like you have this in black aeroplane, Dakota, right? So this is the spelling. A lot of students do it like this, which is wrong. They consider O here, which is wrong. Okay, Frederick Forsyth, you even write the wrong spelling for that as well. You have to remember the actual spellings, guys. Do not take the spellings lightly because anything, as I'm saying again and again, anything can be there, and you guys can be confused so well. As I'm saying, language, it's a language paper. Language can play with you so cunningly that you cannot even like think about it. So like do not be played by the language, guys. Just be very much sure like what exactly should be done. Now let's move ahead. Grammar. What's gonna be there in grammar for everybody? You have got tenses, okay, you have got modals, you have got subject, verb, agreement or concord. Concord again means agreement. Reported speeches there, command and request, statements and questions. These are the types that are gonna be there for all of you. And determiners. So this is what is going to be a part of your syllabus this time, okay? And grammar is coming with your writing. Okay, this is going to be a combined section which is going to be for your section B. So guys, make sure that you are well versed with all the topics. I had taken up the sessions on all the topics. One shot revision sessions are also there available on the very channel. So this is the third thing. First thing, you ask yourself the questions. Okay, then the second thing is that in terms of literature, you must have read everything so perfectly. I shared all the tips with all of you. That is the next thing, that is the next strategy that you have to keep in your mind, that in the case of your literature, you have to be thorough with the spellings, the vocabulary, the meanings, and the reading especially. Okay, now coming to your grammar, guys, what are the things that you must keep in your mind? So these are the tips. Learn all the rules very carefully. This is very important, guys. All the rules must be clear to all of you. Tenses, you should know which tense is being asked. Okay, like what is the sentence structure of present perfect continuous tense, what is the sentence structure of your past tense, where do we use past perfect tense. Everything must be clear to all of you. I had taken up these sessions, guys. Make sure you are watching those sessions. Okay, then practice a lot. Don't think that just knowing the rules is enough. That is never enough. That is never going to be enough. All right, you have to practice a lot. I had taken up a lot of sessions wherein I had asked you all a lot of quizzes, sorry, wherein I had asked you all a lot of questions. So make sure that you all are definitely visiting all that, because that's gonna be literally helpful, everybody. Okay, a literal help that is going to be. So you have to practice too much. Do not think that practice is not needed. Modals is something I told you. Modals is one of the topics wherein you see that all the modals, they are interconnected with each other somehow, as in there's a thin line difference between their meanings. So you have to work on that, right? So kindly practice a lot. Decode the sentence in your own language before filling the blank. In your examination, this is the best trick I'm telling with all of you. I mean, like this is the best strategy I'm telling you all in order to deal with your writing section. That when the question is given to all of you, you have to do what? You have to decode the language of that particular question correctly. What does that mean? Like if a sentence is given to you, I dash to the hospital today. I dashed to the hospital today for my checkup as I'm literally not feeling well. Okay, so now therein you can have must or you can have should. All right, out of this, you should go ahead with must. Why? Because it is talking about the necessity to a greater level. So that is what you all need to understand, and that comes only through the practice. So, guys, when the question is given to you, decode the sentence. What does that mean? If you're gonna just translate the sentence in your own language, if you're gonna use the language hey, then that will make you understand what is the question trying to tell you. That will tell you what is the demand of the question actually. Okay, and accordingly you can fill in the correct answer. Are you getting that? So this is the best thing I'm telling you all. Please try to translate the sentence in your own language, then look for the options and then come to the right option. Okay, and guys, like keep that in your mind. You have to always come up with what? You have to always come up with the most appropriate option. Okay, like I'm, what does it mean? It basically means that like if a question is given to you, it can have more than one answer. Okay, like I mean, you are thinking that it is having more than one answer. That is pretty okay on your part, that you're thinking like that. That is fine. But you know what is most appropriate, which is fitting your context so clearly. That is the most appropriate answer. So keep that in your mind. Okay. Now the next thing is follow elimination method in case of confusion to come to the right answer. This is one of the best tricks that we need to deal with in all your MCQs. Even you can do that in your literature section. But literature, since you have read it and you know the answers so perfectly, so therein, like instead of going ahead with elimination, your actual knowledge really works a lot. Okay, so herein you have to follow the elimination method in case if there is any confusion. For example, you do not know what should be the correct answer, but you're sure of the fact that this shouldn't be the answer, then just keep on chucking it out. Okay, just keep on eliminating it out. That way you will come to the right answer. All right, so scoring your marks in your very writing section this time is not going to be tough, guys. Okay, it's not going to be tough because options would be given. Okay, so just fill in the option as per your actual decoded language. I mean, whatever you decoded, whatever you understood, just do that accordingly. And make sure you are revisiting all my sessions that I've taken on grammar, because that's gonna help you all very nicely. Okay, I hope that's making sense to everybody. So let's move ahead, guys. Now coming to your reading comprehension. I had taken up a session, guys, yesterday on the reading comprehension, and I shared it so vividly and so clearly as how to go about your reading comprehension. Two passages would be there. One is going to be the discursive passage, then next is going to be the factual passage. So discursive passage would be in like 400 to 450 words. Okay, and you will have to like maximum devote like 30 minutes to your reading comprehension. And factual passage, you will be given certain visual input, statistical data or chart, or just the information is given to you, like the way you did practice yesterday in your CBSE sample paper. Okay, so just keep that in your mind and just try to make sure that you are watching that session for sure, because reading comprehension can be dealt with so perfectly when you're practicing a lot and when you know like the tricks to deal with it. Okay, so guys, the first thing I told you all, like you need to answer the questions, you need to deal with the, I mean that you need to ask the questions to yourself, then you need to check your literature section, then you have to check your grammar part, you have to practice a lot. Then for reading comprehension, what I shared yesterday, keep that in your mind. Okay, now moving ahead, what's gonna be the exam pattern, everybody? Your section A is going to be your reading one. That's gonna be the first thing. Okay, section B is going to be your writing and grammar. Alrighty. Then section C is going to be your, okay, just a minute, guys. Section C is going to be your literature section. Okay, so keep this in your mind. Reading, writing and grammar and literature. And all the questions are gonna carry equal marks. Now, this is something that's a bit different this time in your like objective paper. So keep that in your mind that all the questions, they are going to carry the same marks. So make sure that you guys are really well prepared. Okay, so that's gonna be your exam pattern. Okay, guys, and definitely people, internal choice would be given to everybody right there. All right, we would definitely be giving the internal choice. I mean, CBSE, not we. Like CBSE would definitely be giving you all the internal choices, and you will all have to keep that in your mind. All right, people. Now moving ahead, guys, how are you all going to go ahead with the study planner? Okay, now, I would really like to share this with all of you. Okay, basically, you can follow this particular thing for all your subjects, and this is literally going to help you all score good marks. First thing is, you need to take time to have other activities, okay, other than studies, such as like going out for walk or play any sport or etc. Since your boards, they are going on right now, but still, you need to take out like 10 minutes or 5 minutes, okay, or 15 minutes as per your convenience. Like if it is okay if you're going out for 5 minutes and it is literally fractional making you freshen up, or sorry, it is basically refreshing you up, then that's pretty okay. All right, but definitely consider it. Do not just overburden you, do not get nervous, do not just get mad, do not be filled up with the negativity. That's not really needed. All right, you need to have the other activities as well, so that you're not literally going crazy, because you must have studied for the entire session. All right, and just doing everything in one day is not the right way of studying. You need to keep it as simple as you can and as easy as you can. Okay, then get at least 8 hours of sleep. That's very important. Being sleep deprived cannot make you reach anywhere. If you're thinking, I'm not gonna sleep and I'm gonna study for the entire night today and the entire day today and then tomorrow I'm going to write the examination, no, your mind wouldn't be fresh. That's not the right way of studying. Okay, even I didn't used to do that. I used to take the proper sleep because that's a need. Your body demands it, right? Your body also needs rest, so you should go ahead with that too. All right. So just make sure you're taking obviously more than that. Like if you're sleeping for like 12 hours or 14 hours, that is a bit insane. Don't do that because like 8 hours is enough for a human body. So that's sufficient. Keep it to that only. Do not just try to reduce your hours of sleep because somewhere that affects the working of your mental ability. All right. So don't let that happen. Then study topics according to their priority. This is very important, everyone. Like for example, if you see, as I told you all, that your reading is good, your writing and grammar is good, and you need to work a bit more on literature, then start with literature first. Because like first you should actually take the topics which seem a bit difficult to all of you, okay? Because once you will just keep on covering them, then your confidence will start boosting up that yes, I know a lot and I can handle the paper clearly. Also, you will not feel burdened up towards the end of the day that now it's gonna be night and tomorrow I have to leave right at 8 o'clock for my examination, and what is air that I don't have time, right? So, in order to keep that particular thing like completely away from you and at a distance, you guys need to study right from the priority. If you think like your grammar partly, your literature is good, your reading is good, and your writing is also good, so you need to work on grammar. So, you see, like out of grammar, there are like 4 topics, so I need to like out of four, 2 topics are good, and 2 topics need my attention. For example, tenses and subject verb concord. So what are you supposed to do? You need to take those topics first and just revise everything correctly. Okay, that's really needed. Okay, just revise all the rules in your tenses. Just do a bit of questions. Just make a list of the points. I mean, just make a list of all the rules that you're revising, and you're good to go. Okay. Then take short breaks while studying and use them wisely. This is important. For example, you decide that I'm gonna study right from 8 o'clock in the morning and I'm gonna study right till 8 o'clock at the sorry, in the night. That's insane. Okay, you need to take short breaks, be it like for 5 minutes, for 7 minutes, or 8 minutes, or 10 minutes, and use them very wisely. Do what really entertains you and what calms your mind. Be it like watching any news channel or watching any entertainment show, watching any inspirational show, or just talking to your mom or to your dad, or going out for a simple walk, or just preparing something in the kitchen for yourself, or preparing a mug of coffee, or anything, right? Just do that and use it wisely so that you really get freshen up. Don't do like this, like in terms of your English, if I'm saying that you were revising your tenses and now you were like, okay, I study for like 1 hour, now I need to take a break for 15 minutes, and in those 15 minutes you start revising the rules. Okay, you start revising the rules of for example, reported speech. So that's insane. Okay, nowhere there you are just taking a break, instead you are starting only. So keep yourself a bit more sane and just make sure that you are doing everything correctly and wisely. All right, now keep your timetable simple, guys. Do not complicate it that from this to this I'm going to do this, then again I'm studying this, and then again I'm doing this. That is what I told you in the previous point. You have to just keep your timetable very simple. Do not complicate it with a lot of things that can make you all go crazy. Then strictly follow the timetable. This is pretty important now. You have to keep the timetable simple, but strictly follow it. If it's like this, that like 12 to 12:30 I have to be at ease and I have to sleep, I have to take a nap, or I have to go out for a walk, or I have to talk to a friend, or I have to call a friend, then do that. All right, but keep that intact. Okay, do not try to waste your time because time is very much limited in all your examinations. You know this time, and since English is your last exam this time, I don't want any one of you to take it very casually that English is very easy and we are going to deal with it so easily. No, don't get lenient and casual about it, because the moment you take it casually, you're going to lose your marks. And that is not done, because it is one of the very important subjects that is going to help you all increase your score. Okay, moving ahead, everybody. Now, coming to one important point, which is like maintaining your calm, which is very important when it comes to your examinations. All right, that you should not lose that. A lot of students, they get nervous, they get so like they get so very much panicky in their behavior, the way they talk. That's not needed. Do not do that. Alrighty. So, what are you supposed to do? See, don't be negative about yourself. This is very important, guys. Like for example, you're calling up your friend and your friend is saying, "Oh my God, you're not yet done with this as well. I'm done with the entire syllabus. Everything is so done. I am literally doing good, and I'm now chilling. I'm eating French fries or peri peri fries, or I just ordered pizza from Domino's, and I'm just having fun." So you don't get negative therein. Maybe that particular student or that friend of yours is really doing good in the subject and is done with everything. So if you're thinking, oh my God, like I've lived with almost like 16 chapters and he's done with 8 chapters, or he's done with like 10 chapters, his only 6 chapters are left. That shouldn't scare you. Come on. All right. Instead, use that as a kind of a motivation that he's done with 6 chapters. What am I doing? I should also be doing that. Do not get negative in that sense. Okay, don't start thinking in a negative manner. Oh my God, this much has been left, or this much has shouldn't be I should have concentrated more on doing it, but I'm not doing anything. Oh my God, what kind of a student I am. Don't do all these things. English, English is a beautiful language, guys, and it is a beautiful subject if taken care. Like if you're gonna treat it like beautifully and softly and nicely, then it's gonna treat you amazingly well. Okay, you need to get into the core and the depth of the subject, and then you can just actually slay so well. All right, and for that, you have to be a bit more positive. You have to just remain positive. Nothing should scare you to such a great extent that you start thinking a lot of negative things. Okay, don't do that. Next, what are you supposed to do? You are supposed to appreciate yourself after completing every topic. Come on. All right, just give a pat to yourself. Okay, that is what you can do. And you should be like this. Oh my God, I did that. That's so amazing. I need to appreciate myself, right? Do not wait for others' appreciation, guys. Why do you need to wait for others' appreciation? If you're doing good for yourself and if you're really getting good marks in your grammar, writing, reading, and literature, that's you. That means that you really did so well. You should appreciate yourself. So once you are done with reading comprehension, then you should be like, oh my God, I really did it. Then if you are done with tenses and the rules, for example, that you chose any 20 random questions to practice for your tenses, and out of 20 you got 19 or 19.5, then you should be happy that yes, I did well. And if you have got 16, then also you should appreciate yourself. Okay, I made till 16 questions. And then you should look for the loopholes. Where exactly is a loophole? Why didn't I understand this question? What was there in this what was there in this particular question? Question yourself, you'll come to know the answer yourself. Okay, and then you're good to go. Okay, so appreciate yourself. That is important. Then, as I said in my previous slide, don't forget to take breaks. Breaks completely, they are important. Okay, breaks to banta hai, right? You should go ahead with that. You should take the breaks and you should be confident enough that yes, I know it. Yes, I did it, right? And taking proper sleep is a must to refresh your body and mind. That is the best way to keep yourself calm. And you guys just cannot go over with this, okay? There's no point to just be sleep deprived. Come on. If your mind will remain calm, you're gonna nail in your examination. Because as I said, like yesterday, I told this to all of you, in your reading comprehension, you have to keep your cognitive skills on. Okay. You have to use your mind so nicely, because therein you have to comprehend the reading. That means you have to understand the reading comprehension. All right. So keep all these things in your mind. All right. Now, how are you going to approach the question paper, everybody? This is a very important thing, like what exactly you should be doing, how exactly you should be doing it. Okay, so let's have a look, as in like how do we really need to approach our question paper. Moving ahead, guys, first thing, carefully read all the questions. It is very important. Very important, guys. Very, very important. A lot of times this happens that you know the answer, but since you were aware of a very obvious question related to a particular topic, and then in the hurry to mark the right answer, you select the wrong answer. And guys, this is OMR this time, right? Like selecting the wrong answer means that you have just selected the answer. Now, even if you want, you cannot correct it. Okay, even if you like desperately want to change it, you cannot do that. So you have to do what? You have to be very careful in reading all the questions. And guys, along with that, you should be careful in reading all the instructions. Okay, because as I told you all that you will have the internal choice, and the internal choice must be taken care of. If the question says you have to answer only 6 questions out of 10, then that means leave out the 4 options. If you are answering those 4 options as well in the OMR sheet, guys, you are gone. Like that is literally a big problem that you're doing. So read the questions carefully, read the instructions carefully. If you have got any doubt in understanding the instruction, as the examiner or the investigator right there, what does it mean? But do not do something that can literally like make you lose your mark. Okay, so carefully read that. And like at times if the question is saying that like how this was being done in the chapter, if you're considering it like who got this done in the chapter, then that means you're reading it wrong. So whenever you're confused about the questions, read it twice. Reading twice is okay. If not, like giving wrong answer is not right. Okay, but reading twice is okay in order to be sure. All right, do that, and I literally mean it. Okay, a lot of students, like in case of your reported speech, a lot of students commit the mistakes. Like anything can be there. Understand the question, read it twice, and go ahead. Language is there. Again, I'm saying language can play with your mind. You have to be smart enough to not to be played upon. Alrighty, moving ahead. Attempt those questions section first, which you are confident. See, it's an OMR sheet, everybody. Okay, so there's nothing like this that you have to write any answer. Multiple choice questions are going to be there. So, for example, in your writing section, you see that you're very much confident of this section and all the answers are correct. Do that. If you're confident about the section, literature section, then do all the questions. Okay, but make sure what? Like, first select all the options. I mean, all the answers the way in your question paper, okay, and then you are supposed to fill in your OMR sheet. But be sure, guys, okay, why? Because again, this will give you a confidence that yes, I'm doing better. Yes, I knew the answer well, and I did it really amazingly, super greatly, right? Then fill in the answers in the OMR sheet, very carefully. Kindly do that very, very carefully, okay? Then attempt the unsure questions after the known ones. I told this to all of you, okay, that this is very important. You should always go ahead with the unsure questions later on. I mean, the questions that you're not really aware of, the questions that you think that you are not really correctly going about them, then kindly prepare for them, okay, later on. Because you need not like invest your energy right in the beginning of the paper. It is going to bring your morale down. You need to keep your confidence intact. Okay, it should not come down, instead it should go up. All right, and it should not even make you nervous or you're sad. Instead, you should be very happy while you're writing your paper. You have to keep your mind so open, you have to keep yourself so calm. Okay, so attempt the unsure questions after the known ones, and at last try to attempt those questions that you don't know at all. That is the best tip and the strategy I'm gonna share with all, I mean I'm sharing with all of you, that attempt the question that you're not aware of at the very last. Okay, do not keep them in the very beginning, because you know, like for example, when you're attempting the questions, you're like, I'm not sure about this, I'm not sure about this, I'm not sure about this. For example, you're not sure about three questions and you did that right in the beginning. That is not going to give you a calm to your mind. Okay, that is going to keep you a bit sad, and that is nowhere, like there is no room for sadness there in your examination hall. Okay, so make sure you're keeping your mind open and you're doing your best. I hope that's making sense to everybody. Now moving ahead, guys, managing time, it is very important. How are you going to do that, everybody? How are you going to do that? You'll be given the 90 minutes, okay? So guys, 30 minutes enough for your reading section. Even if you can compare, like complete it in 20 to 25 minutes, very good. I told you all the tricks yesterday, like how you need to go about this. Then 25 minutes for writing and grammar, not more than that. Decode the sentences herein. It will give you right answers. I told you all how to deal with your writing skills, okay? I had mentioned this so clearly, that how you need to go about your writing skills, all right, in the session that I had taken up today, right? And then 35 minutes for your literature, not more than that, guys, okay? Because this is something which is completely known to you, and you cannot do something wrong which is so known to you. Okay, keep that in your mind. It is important to understand. Don't let it go just like that. I hope that is making sense to everybody right there, because this is very important. You need to manage the time the right way. All right, people. I hope that is clear to everybody right there. Yes, guys, making sense. So, guys, reading section does require only 30 minutes, and your writing and grammar requires only 25 minutes, and 35 minutes for your literature. So, I hope that this is clear to everybody, like how do we need to move about it. So, guys, the entire strategy. The first thing, read your chapters in your literature. Okay, learn the meanings and the spellings clearly. Learn the names of the poets and the names of what? The names of the authors, I mean the writers of the chapters clearly. Okay, these are the important things. And in case of your poems, don't miss out the deeper analysis. Second thing, in case of your writing and sorry, in case of your grammar, make sure you're practicing a lot. All the rules are clear to all of you. That's very much needed. In case of your writing skill, guys, what exactly is needed in case of your writing skill? Again, I had shared the session. I mean, I had a session with all of you wherein I had mentioned like it is related to your formal letter. Okay, it was being taken yesterday, wherein I mentioned to all of you that like how you need to deal with your writing section, as in the format of the formal letter must be clear to all of you. So you need to just check out the format clearly. You must know what comes before, what comes after, what exactly we write in the concluding line, and what is there in the closing of the letter, what is there in the subscription of the letter. Everything should be clearly known to everybody. Okay, I hope that's clear. Now, like coming to your very reading comprehension, I had already shared the session with all of you yesterday. Okay, so make sure you're gonna check it out. And the timing must be clear to everybody. Do not go ahead with more than this. Like 30 minutes is enough, like for your reading section, 25 minutes is enough for your writing and grammar, and 35 minutes is enough for your literature. Not more than that. I hope that's clear to everybody right there. And that's how you need to strategize your planning. Okay, just go ahead with it. Make sure that you're just nailing it so well. 40 on 40 must be in your hands. I want everybody to score 40 on 40. Okay, and I'm sure I'm gonna just have every student who is going to just get the best already. Now we are gonna move ahead. Unacademy subscription features for everybody right there. You get to learn live from the comfort of your home, which is literally an amazing thing, right, everybody? And then unlimited access to all the courses would also be given, wherein you guys are literally going to have an access to everything. Okay, then top educators of India would be there on one single platform to guide you always super duper nicely. Regular doubt clearing and answer writing sessions would also be there. Exhaustive coverage of the entire syllabus would be there. Mentorship and guidance would also be there. Study material in the form of PDF would be given. Practice tests would be given. Live test series and batch courses. Oh my god, we have got a lot of things for all of you. Daily practice sections would be there. Weekly mock test series, live quizzes, daily MCQ and subjective test series. Okay. So we have got a lot for all the students. Make sure you're thinking wisely about it and you're discussing about this with your parents and you're telling them that what you really want for yourself. Okay, now guys, we have got upcoming batches for CBSE class 9 and 10. Okay, Prodigy batch, all the subjects would be them. It's gonna start right from 6th of December for your Hindi, Math, Science, Social Science and English. Don't miss it out. It's literally important. Then for CBSE class 9 linguistic batches, there are Hindi, French, Sanskrit and English. Starting date is 20th of December for Hindi, French, Sanskrit and English, as I said. Make sure you all are enrolling into all these batches, guys, because these batches, they are for your good. Okay, so kindly enroll. Moving ahead, we have got the Bugs Bounty, guys. It's an opportunity for all the learners to report any inappropriate content in the video. Be the first one to report a particular issue to claim your prize and report any inappropriate content using the form which is given in the description below. So if you see that there's something that is not being taught correctly by the educator, you guys can report that and you guys are going to have the prize for that. Moving ahead, everyone, Unacademy Combat, a free test and a chance to win scholarship worth rupees 1 crore plus. Okay, so don't wait to enroll for Unacademy Combat and do it right away. Okay, certificate of merit for top 25 rankers, class 9. It is 11 a.m. is the time. Free live test on Android app and web. Test date is every Sunday, guys. So make sure you're not missing this out. This is literally an important one for everybody right there. Moving ahead, iconic subscription, everyone. Personal mentor would be there for everybody. Live doubt solving sessions would also be there. Weekly reports would definitely be there again for your personal analysis. Then we are going to connect with your parents as well. Study planner would be there, and all the benefits of Unacademy subscription would also be a part of your iconic subscription. Now, everybody, herein we have got different monthly plans for your iconic subscription. You guys can go ahead with anything that suits you the best, be it 48 months, 36 months, 24 months, 18 months, 15 months, 12 months, 9 months, 6 months, or 3 months. PSH10 is the code, guys. Make use of this code. It will give you all straightforward 10% discount and will make your life super duper easier as well. Okay, so go ahead with this. Make your life super duper easier and make sure that you are nailing in your life. Okay, so guys, like being your educator, being your well wisher, I would like to tell you all, try to go for a longer tenure. That's always beneficial. Okay, because you need to reach to a pedestal, you need to reach to a level in your life, and for that you need to think on your own. Moving ahead, everybody. Unacademy free special class features live real-time interaction using chat and emojis. Ask the questions using the question tab. Live poll options for quiz and poll leaderboard. Compete with your friends as well. This is literally amazing. Go ahead with this for your good. Alrighty, people. Now, thank you everybody. I would like to tell you all to subscribe the channel. Okay, if you haven't hit the bell button yet, then kindly do that. And also just like the session and do not forget to share it with your friends, because you need to help all your friends. All your friends must actually go well in their lives along with you, right? And you can always find the PDFs of all the important sessions in the link which is given in the description below. Okay, guys. So I want all of you to just keep rocking in your examinations, nail so well, and make sure you guys are going to do super duper well in your English exam. 40 on 40 should be the target, everybody. All right. I'll catch you all soon, guys. Let's crack it. Take care. Bye bye, and all the best.